Hello guys, how are we doing? There is no better way to guarantee that the skill-based matchmaker has turned up than coming across pros on your first day of gaming. We actually managed to face Beans, Hixie, Bance, and Dashi, who's a UK Challenger player, in one of our, the first night of the experience. And it was a interesting session. We did actually win the game 200 to 199. Here's the scoreboard. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to capture any gameplay from it because I wasn't recording. I wasn't expected to hit a good game. But knowing that these guys were in the lobby, I probably should have done. Beans is on another level. The guy's cracked. As you can see, I went 5 negative, which actually I don't think is too terrible. I managed to get a 9 capture, so I was so keen to just to be able to say I beat a couple of pros in Modern Warfare 3, because I think that's the only chance I'm going to be able to say it, because at the end of the day, it's pubs, it's domination. If they were really trying, I'd have absolutely just, yeah, wouldn't have been an enjoyable experience. But it was fun to play them. I'm hoping, I know they're from the EU at the moment, they're all living in the EU currently, which is why I managed to come across them. But it was my first real experience of playing a pro, or someone who has been a pro in any COD really. I've played a bunch of challengers in Vanguard and Cold War, a bit of Modern Warfare 2, but it's ever only EU challengers, so it's never like the top tier names within the CDL. But I feel like Beans, Hixie, and Beans, Hixie, and Bance are like, household names if you're a CDL fan. And so yeah, it was a fun experience. Beans absolutely shit. I mean, he was using a sniper throughout the whole game, and as you saw, he dropped 56 and 22. Hixie, I'm not gonna lie, I shot him a couple of times. He was the guy I managed to compete with most, but Bance was just fine with the sub. I mean, we were all using the striker. It was a fun game. But yeah, if you've actually come across a pro or challenger player, let me know down in the comments. It'll be interesting to see who you guys have managed to play against, especially if you play in different regions, because obviously if you're in the UK, you probably only come across EU pros / challengers. But yeah, the game you're watching in the background is actually a decent gameplay. I'm using the Striker 45, as everyone is. It's not the ideal setup that I had currently, but I really wasn't really, it was one of my earlier gameplays. I went 38 and 9 on kill confirm, which I actually don't think is too bad. But I'm hoping you can see how much I'm enjoying this game in the gameplay. And just to touch on that a little bit, I'm loving it. I mean, I'm going to do a beta review towards the end of the beta, potentially, but I'm absolutely loving it. I feel like if I die, it's because it's something that I'm doing incorrectly or not quite right, or it's always my fault. I don't find myself being cheesed by the game quite as much as I have been for Modern Warfare 2 and Vanguard. I feel like the gunfights are controllable, the movement's fluid, time to kill's good. If you're missing shots, then you're going to get crucified for it. I'm loving the game. I feel like there's a real skill gap, and as I say, if I'm getting shit on, it's because there's something I'm doing worse than they are, and it's my fault and I need to get better. There's very rarely circumstances where I'm like, oh, the game's just credited me over there. So yeah, it's so far been a super enjoyable experience. The only thing I don't like is how meta the game is at the moment. So as of the date of this recording, obviously in game I hadn't really used too many guns. It was on fairly low level still at this point, but now I'm recording the video. I've played with a bunch of guns. I've used a bunch of off-meta guns, and the Striker still, even after its nerf, is the most strong gun in the game. It's got so much versatility, and no other sub touches it. Like, there's no point using another sub if you want to be really competitive and win your game, guaranteed. Now, with the ARs, I think it's a little bit of a different story. I think a lot of people use the MCW because that's what everyone's using, and it's easier to level up, and once you've ranked up, it's easier. But if you haven't already, try the other ARs out. They are good guns. Like, the first one's a bit of a KN94 sort of gun. It's not very accurate, but a really hard hitting gun, and once you get a couple of attachments, you can make it really decent. And the other, I think it's the MTZ, I think is the other AR, which is sort of a Viper. I think that sort of gun, it's like a medium range sort of AR, but that's again really satisfying to use. I've won gunfights against both subs and AR, like MCWs in that game, or the ACR, whatever you want to call it. We're using that gun. So I think ARs are probably way more fairly balanced. Like, I could use any AR in the beta and I'll probably be fine in winning like the gunfight, so I should be winning. However, with the Striker, I feel like, if you're not using the Striker as an SMG and you come across another SMG and they are using the Striker, then you're just going to get beat. Like, they can miss a couple of shots, but the gun just hits so hard. I think they could do with adding maybe one more bullet to each range. I think that would be the perfect fix. But what gun are you enjoying? That's not a meta gun. It'd be interesting to know what you guys thought about what guns are good, what guns are bad. The sniping's fun, little quick. I'm a bit gutted that it's this good, because I know for a fact that unless they nerf the snipers, it's not going to be in rank play, because the pros are just going to GA them, because they are really good snipers. What I would like to see is if they brought in a sniper when the full game releases, perhaps they bring in a sniper where, you know, it's a really slow mobility sniper. It doesn't aim in quick enough. And you can only really play a proper sniper role with it. That I think would be allowable. But at the moment, the snipers are just too good. I'm having a lot of fun playing with them when I have managed to get my hands on them. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. With regards to the other guns, I think the pistols are broken. I think the only way we're going to be able to use pistols in ranked play, or at least the ones that we've got hold of, so the Renetti and the it looks like the Mini Uzi. I don't think it's called that in this game. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think they're going to be allowable unless you can't have attachments on your secondaries, maybe. But there's also a third pistol which I haven't managed to get my hands on yet, which I think is more of a traditional secondary weapon. That's probably more likely going to be the gun we get. Because realistically, the Renetti can 2-burst someone, and that is just very fast. That's time to kill on the secondaries shouldn't be that quick. But yeah, enjoying it. The perks are really good. I've managed to. I didn't have dead silence when this recording happened, but I've unlocked covert sneakers, as they're called in this game, and that's a game changer. Like the amount of people that don't have any sort of game sense all of a sudden when they can't soundwall you is unbelievable. Like I'm managing to get behind enemies and they're not reading it, and it's, you know, it's good fun. It'll be interesting to, you know, see how that plays in an actual ranked playlist where everyone's cracked, everyone's the same skill as you, and everyone's potentially running around with covert sneakers. The only thing I would like to see a little bit of improvement on in the boots sort of category, while we're on this sort of topic, is I want to see a little bit of a buff in the Stalker boots, because they don't seem to be increasing the, you know, the aiming walking speed much at all. I was hoping it was going to be really like Stalker from MW2 Pro, Stalker Pro from MW2, sorry, where it significantly increases your strafe, but unfortunately that's just not the case. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with the game. Like, I'm surprised. I don't know whether it's simply because MW2 was a little bit of a shambles from the competitive standpoint, but generally speaking, I am super pumped for the game. I'm enjoying every aspect of it. It's a bit stale at the moment because we've only got 5 maps, but that's going to happen. I haven't touched ground 1 yet. I'm probably going to do it a little bit before the beta ends. Yeah, and S&D plays really well. As I say, with the covert sneakers, you can actually make plays without being scared of being soundwalled. So yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far. Let me know what you think. Let me know what guns you're using that aren't meta. And yeah, have you come across any pros? So that's going to do it for the gameplay. As you can see, ended up being a 4v4, a little bit of a CDL mosh pit sort of thing going on here. I mean, it's skill confirmed, obviously. But yeah, 38 to 9 with 27 confirms. Not a bad gameplay. Not a bad gameplay for kill confirmed. Yeah, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the beta, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.
What do I do? Oh, it's positive.
Looking at 9. Very nice.
He's a joke, isn't he?
Who?
Shut up.
Who's Casey Jones?